I'm Vijaya, back with Immigration Insights by Shapir Ali of the Shapir Ali Law Group, providing counsel to organizations and individuals worldwide on complex US immigration and nationality matters. And so, Shah, when an F1 visa student violates the status, is there any recourse to get that status back?
That's an interesting situation. The student visa itself is a very tricky, or I should put it, a very complex situation, because whenever you have a student visa status, you have the service attached to it. So whenever a student violates the service, or the service breaks for whatever reason, the student is not really eligible to continue school, but the status itself doesn't break until USCIS informs you about it. Unfortunately, the way the system works, they don't really apply all the way they should. So once you get your service terminated, you have to bring it back. There are only two ways to bring it back. Number one, if you have a stamp on your passport, you just get an I-20 from your school. You step outside in the morning, you come back in the afternoon, it will reset the service and you're back on track. Now, if your status has been terminated for other reasons and you're not getting the I-20, you're going to have a problem. But if you get the I-20 now, you don't want to leave and come back, you can file for something called a reinstatement. Reinstatement has to be filed within 5 months after you get your service terminated, and it has to be not your fault. So, for example, if you fall out of status because you didn't go to school, you didn't pay school, it's your fault. It's very hard to get reinstatement. So in this case, best is to go outside. If your stamp is still valid in your passport, come back on it. If your stamp is no longer valid, you have to get a stamping and come back. So these are the only two ways usually. Now, of course, there are other options if you fall into different categories like family petitions, U visas, etc. But the general rule are those two. You step outside, you come back. Or if you cannot step outside, you want to stay here, you have to do a reinstatement. I usually recommend the stepping outside, but right now we have an issue with India as we speak. Hopefully, when the show is being broadcasted, you will. It's taking a long time to get an interview. So talk to us before you leave. We can advise you better because these are case by case basis, and but these are the two options actually.
Wonderful. So thank you for that. And thank you so much, Shah, for all of those insights and for shining the light bright on all of this. So there you have it. The Shapir Ali Law Group is your one-stop shop for the entire range of US immigration matters. Don't hesitate. Reach out to them today. Log on to peeralilaw.com. That's PEERALLYLAW.com or schedule your appointment with them at 510-742-5887. Keeping you updated and informed on the law, I'm Vijaya. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Join us every Wednesday, 3:30 to 4 p.m. Keep listening to Mirchi. It's hot.